I dedicated 3 years of 80-hour workweeks to developing a specialized machine learning algorithm capable of identifying rare genetic anomalies in real time. The software was projected to revolutionize targeted cancer therapies and was valued by industry experts at nearly $15 million. Dr. Sterling, my research advisor, was a highly celebrated academic who maintained his elite status by taking credit for the breakthroughs of his disposable graduate students while he secured millions in government research grants. He had been quietly pressuring me to hand over the raw administrative encryption keys to the software repository, a demand I repeatedly declined until my academic defense was finalized. When I took a brief 4-day weekend to attend my sister's wedding out of state, Dr. Sterling saw his window to execute a hostile academic takeover. He went to the university's administration board, submitted a forged plagiarism report against me, and used the resulting emergency suspension to permanently wipe my digital access credentials from the university network. Standing outside the locked laboratory door on Monday morning, Dr. Sterling thought he had executed the perfect intellectual property theft. He told me to my face that the university would always protect a tenured department chair over a replaceable graduate student. He smiled as he informed me that the pharmaceutical conglomerate had already wired the initial $2 million earnest payment to a private consulting firm he controlled, giving me 10 minutes to leave the campus property before university police arrested me for trespassing. Dr. Sterling assumed I would panic, fall into deep academic despair, and spend years drowning in useless university grievance committees while his pharmaceutical contract finalized. He completely failed to understand that in modern software development, a tenure certificate means absolutely nothing compared to cryptographic proof. I walked straight to a local coffee shop, opened my laptop, tethered it to my secure mobile network, and logged directly into an off-site, decentralized backup matrix that I had legally established under an open-source development license before ever joining the university. When an arrogant academic tries to steal your life's work, you do not look for a compromise. You execute a complete forensic audit of their entire digital footprint. I initiated a deep-dive cryptographic verification on the source code Dr. Sterling had submitted to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. In modern programming, every code modification is tracked via a unique SE256 cryptographic hash that records the author's private key, the exact machine timestamp, and the precise lines altered. Because Dr. Sterling barely knew how to compile a basic script, he had simply copied my raw files and pasted them into the university's patent template. The unassailable cryptographic ledger proved that 99% of the code had been authored and digitally signed by my private security token over a 3-year period, long before Dr. Sterling ever accessed the repository. But my forensic analysis uncovered an even more devastating academic crime. While tracing the university grant funds used to purchase the laboratory's high-performance computing servers, I discovered a hidden network protocol Dr. Sterling had established to over-invoice federal research grants. For 6 straight years, he had been charging the federal government for top-tier enterprise servers while actually purchasing cheap, refurbished hardware, routing the excess hundreds of thousands of dollars into a hidden bank account registered to his private consulting firm that I compiled the unalterable cryptographic code history, the matching server hardware logs, the digital signature metadata, and the complete federal grant invoicing scheme into an ironclad compliance dossier. I bypassed the university administration entirely and delivered this data packet directly to the Federal Patent Office, the National Science Foundation Fraud Division, and the Criminal Investigation Department of the Department of Justice. The legal and federal counterstrike was absolute, instantaneous destruction. On Wednesday afternoon, Dr. Sterling was hosting a private luncheon at an upscale downtown restaurant with the executives of the pharmaceutical conglomerate, preparing to toast the final patent acquisition. Before the main course could be served, 2 federal agents accompanied by patent enforcement officers entered the dining room. They served Dr. Sterling and the corporate legal team with an immediate federal-level emergency injunction that instantly halted the patent transfer, suspended his university research license, and placed a hard freeze on his private consulting accounts, blocking the multi-million-dollar wire transfer in transit. When Dr. Sterling tried to pull academic rank, the federal prosecutors presented the digital signature metadata proving he had intentionally committed patent fraud, identity theft, and grand larceny of federal grant money. The pharmaceutical executives, horrified to find themselves entangled in a high-level federal criminal conspiracy, instantly voided the acquisition papers, canceled the deal, and turned over all their personal emails with Dr. Sterling to the prosecution team. The fallout completely obliterated Dr. Sterling's academic career and personal freedom. The federal court fast-tracked our intellectual property lawsuit, and within 2 weeks, a judge officially declared me the sole legal inventor of the genetic sequencing software, granting me full absolute ownership of the commercial patent rights. The university board, desperate to avoid a massive federal funding ban, issued a formal public apology, revoked Dr. Sterling's tenure in disgrace, and awarded me an immediate honorary doctorate alongside a permanent position as the director of the new computing facility. Dr. Sterling's private consulting firm collapsed into bankruptcy within a month due to massive incoming civil lawsuits. He is currently serving a significant federal sentence for wire fraud, patent misrepresentation, and embezzlement of government research funds, while his personal estate was fully liquidated to pay back the millions he stole from the public grant systems. Dr. Sterling wanted to use a rigged academic rule to steal my future, and he ended up losing his status, his wealth, and his freedom.